Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. And I'm with the wonderful Sally again. How are you, Sally?
Hey, Harry, guess what? It's 31 degrees here. Woohoo! Very,
Fantastic. I think it's about 29 here.
really?
Very, very nice and nice and warm. Thank goodness. Winter's
I
behind.
love it. My mood has elevated. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. And we don't have the bushfires yet, but maybe later.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is a worry. It is a
Yeah,
worry. It'll be a hot summer.
yeah. So
Mm.
today we're going to talk about self-care.
Woohoo! I
Really
love
important.
this topic. I really love it. I really love
Yeah,
it because it's one thing that I bang on about with my clients all the time. So I've
yeah.
entitled mine "Get Healthy Inside and Out."
Good. I've called mine self-care isn't selfish.
I love that. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely key. It's
Yeah,
absolutely key. It's not selfish to look after yourself.
that's
Like
right.
it's not. It's okay. It's okay to put yourself first and and say no often. Yeah,
Particularly women don't do this.
I know. It was
Yeah.
a very hard path when I started realizing that it's okay to look after yourself and to say no to other people and say no to things and put up healthy boundaries. It's
Mm,
really challenging when you're a nurturer, when you're a carer and a giver and a mother and all that sort of
mm,
stuff. It's very difficult. Can you do this? Oh, can you pick up someone? And like I spent years and years driving all these other kids around and like exhausting myself and then just, being burnt out in many ways. So I've put sort of three areas of self-care. There's this sort of external, I call it, like the body sort of level. There's the mind level, the internal stuff, and then there's the lifestyle and the soul. What are you laughing at? Did you do the
I'm
same?
waiting. Well, I'm just waiting for the topic to come up, the inevitable topic.
Of which one?
Thinking, thinking about the plumber.
Oh yeah, I know. Look, self-care, sex. I know. Is that what you're talking
Exactly.
about? Oh man, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's interesting. Self care is so important, and we went through a group together where one of our um, one of our contemporaries built a program around people who were caring for their mums and then got burnt out because they weren't looking after themselves. Lots of people are caring in this society and they don't look after themselves. It's
Mm.
really big. There's a survey. There's a women's health survey which is done every year. I'm going to quote some stats today. I'm
Oh,
going to
good.
beat you to it.
Love it.
80% of women don't have time for themselves.
Yep.
80%. 67% report being anxious or depressed, up from 40% last year.
Wow.
34%, 34% struggle to find time for themselves, and 51% perceive themselves as overweight.
What was that? 51%.
51%. Yeah, Sal. 51%. So women are trying to do too much
Yep. Yep. It's true.
and they're not caring for themselves enough. I mean, women are my clients and they always put themselves last,
Hmm.
by and large. The average mum I see puts herself last.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I had one last week who was assaulted by one of her kids. And so I referred her to someone, another therapist, so she could get a bit of self-care.
Mm, mm.
Really hard. And she was reluctant to do it, but she has agreed.
Yeah, but you know what? Self-care is a personal responsibility. Like
Yeah,
we need to be responsible for our own well-being. And as you say, it's not selfish. It's okay. But it
yeah,
is our responsibility to look after ourselves. And it's often not until something really bad happens, like get really sick, really unwell, that people are forced to stop. Like as I say to my clients, your body will start screaming at you and screaming louder and louder and louder until you stop and
yeah,
listen. You
yeah,
change into your life. It's like it's self-care. It's just not a word. It's something that's really important and should be top of the list of looking after yourself. Really, really, particularly in this 24/7 world with stress levels through the roof, stress and overwhelm affecting everybody. It's more
Yeah, that's
important
right.
than ever.
Because if you're caring and you get sick, well, you can't care.
No, and it's interesting, the definition from the World Health Organization of self-care. Self-care is the ability of individuals, families, and communities to promote health, prevent disease, and maintain health, and to cope with illness and disability with or without the support of a healthcare provider. And it's about preventing illness down the track that, is really important as well, because you can keep going and keep going and keep going, but then you're going to fall over, like pushing and pushing and pushing, burnt out, whatever. But it's usually illness, heart attacks, all that sort of stuff. The stats here, up to 80% of heart disease, strokes, and type 2 diabetes, and over a third of cancers could be prevented by self-care. It's all preventable. We're
I
putting
would say,
ourselves into an early grave by
yeah.
not taking responsibility for our own health.
When I was really sick in the tropics, and Irma and Teresa were looking after me,
Yeah.
at a certain point they shot off to New Zealand and left me on my own, which was okay, but they needed a break.
They needed a break, yeah. Because you're so hard to look after, Harry.
I was pretty hard to look after then. It was really hard for them. Yeah.
Challenging. Was it 18 months you were in hospital?
No, I wasn't in hospital at all.
With your yeah, hey?
Yeah, it was about 14 months up there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do have to take breaks. It's a bit like, I've got an apricot tree out there, and it's starting to get warm and it's dropping fruit. It's called fruit drop. And it's because it's not getting enough water. So because it's got fruit on and because it's starting to get stressed, I have to water it more.
Yeah.
And I picked up 32 little apricots this morning, which dropped off the tree.
Wow.
So it's not getting enough self-care.
Yeah. That's interesting, because I went and watered all the plants before too. But what was that article you sent me yesterday? Was that about apricot in
apricot kernels?
Yeah, apricot kernels. It was vitamin B something. Sorry?
B17.
B17. I hadn't even heard of B17.
I hadn't either.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Only 9 a day, they said, though, not more than that.
Right. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah.
So I'll just quickly go through my list of things that I've got here for external self-care, just things so important: the healthy diet, eating nutrient-dense food, hydrating with water. 80% of people are chronically dehydrated. Exercise, just move, walk, strengthen, tone the body. To reduce the pain in the body, get everything flowing, and elimination, all those sort of reasons. Have a massage, have a facial, have an Epsom salt bath. Go to a natural therapist. It might be for a massage, naturopath, chiro, kinesiologist, whatever. If you're having ailments, or just to boost your immune system, whatever it is, go get out in the sun, get some vitamin D. And sleep is super duper duper right up there on self-care list, and have a healthy sleep regime, dimming the lights before you go to bed, getting off technology, having cool room, heavy blankets, dark space, all that sort of stuff. That's really, all part of it, I think. And for me, the big thing about self-care is getting into that internal space, getting into the head talk, building up that inner coach within yourself, and silencing or quietening down that inner critic, all this head talk, that I'm not good enough, or if I don't do that, they won't accept me, whatever. Let that shit go. Really let it go. Sit with gratitude for what you do have, be more positive about all aspects in your life. Meditate, that's something that really can calm the mind and take you inward. And don't sweat the small stuff. Let the shit go. One thing that's really big is own your choices, and don't feel guilty once you've made them. It is what it is. As long as you've got that balance, 80-20, 80% good, 20%, delve here and there. And
so when you were out watering your garden this morning, Sal?
Yes.
Was the inner critic talking?
No.
So just getting out and doing something and moving is a great way.
Absolutely. I was actually talking to the gardenias saying, please come back, because it's starting to wilt on me. I was like, come on, gardenia, come on. Oh, make you a priority, I put down here. Put yourself first. It's okay to put yourself first, because once you're caring for yourself, then you're in a much better position to care for others. Don't you think?
And it's okay to make some time for yourself. Yes.
Yeah, make time, absolutely. And I wrote, dare to be different. Try different things. Don't just be a sheep and follow along,
Mm.
It's just going along the rat race, doing the same as everyone else isn't always the best choice for you. I know for myself, I had to cut back on a lot of things, and it really boosted my energy and, reduced the stress, which is what it's all about as well. And then just finally on the sort of the lifestyle or the soul stuff, as I mentioned, the 80-20 rule, get some balance in, put some healthy boundaries, learn to say no more often, let shit go. Do things that satisfy your soul, that bring you fun and joy, because it's, at the end of the day, it's about having fun in your everyday life and doing things that bringing you joy. And, hanging around, like I hang with you, positive, like-minded people. Find a tribe that boosts you up rather than puts you down or limits
Yeah,
you.
I had a meet up with a lovely woman yesterday, and she was getting pressure from her mum to do a master's in accounting or something ridiculous like that. And I said, "Well, is it going to make you happy? Does it accord with what you like doing?"
Mm,
No. Then
yeah.
why are you choosing to do it? Why have you put the application in? Yeah. So you have to do a little bit of what makes you happy. And one of the things, I'm reading Brené Brown's Daring Greatly at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that jumped out for me in that was she had a couple of pages about joy, and that joy comes to us in the most little unexpected chunks. So you go out and you have a chat to the gardenias and you appreciate their beauty, and you
Yeah.
feel the sun on your skin, and and you hear a bird call, and in that moment you have the possibility to be aware and feel the joy and to celebrate it.
Mm.
And then the bird goes away, a cloud comes over the sky, but you've had that moment of joy. And so don't squander it.
Yeah.
When you have an opportunity to feel joy,
Mm.
feel it.
Yeah, embrace it. Absolutely.
You don't have to feel guilty about feeling the joy.
No.
It's okay to go out there and have the time with the gardenia.
Mm.
It's
Absolutely.
really
It's
okay.
really important.
But
That's
how many people don't make that choice and they feel guilty?
Well, those stats, 80% of women don't have time to focus on themselves. And I see it every day. I mean, I was one of them, and I shifted because it was affecting my health.
So a gratitude practice is incredibly powerful as one of the planks of self-care.
Mm.
And I'm restarting my gratitude practice. I've got a little journal by my bed and I'm doing it.
A little journal for you, baby.
I read 3 or 4 nights a week. And then I'm going to chat about, I'm going to make some time with Emma and share what I'm grateful for over the last week with her.
Mm.
And that's a wonderful thing to do. It really is powerful.
It's so powerful. I do it walking. And I just think what I was grateful for in the past, what I'm grateful for in the present, and then as part of manifesting, what I'm grateful for what I'm choosing to bring into my life, and really feeling into it. It's really, and so yes, gratitude, that lines up with the positivity. But what I was going to say, which I nearly forgot, I think it's really important as part of self-care is to have regular breaks and just change the energy up every 3 months. I mean, we have school holidays, so often people can get away, but just to get off the routine wagon, if you like, and just have a break. And it's really important.
That's what we're doing weekend after next.
Where are you going, Harry?
We're going glamping on the Shoalhaven.
Oh wow, glamping.
I've never been glamping before.
Wow, divine. So is that in like a cabin?
No, it's in a tent, a luxury tent.
Luxury tent, yeah.
Outside, yeah.
Yeah, fun.
And then we're going to go canoeing. Fun. So, I think it's really important to care for yourself, especially during periods of stress. That's when
mental illness, if nothing else. Look at depression, anxiety, overwhelm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I've got a little model. I think it's important, first of all, to check in.
Yeah, yeah. Good
How
one.
am I going? How am I going? Am I doing well? You know, is the bow tie like this or is it like this?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Is it sagging? Oh no, it's under the weather. Or is it happy? So check into your bow tie if you've got a bow tie. You're in a bow tie, of course, I'm talking about. And then connect with someone else like we're
Yeah,
doing now.
yeah,
We're connecting. And we had a good discussion before this where we checked in about
yeah,
how we were going. And if you check in and connect, it allows you to relax.
yeah, yeah.
You
Cool.
can ground yourself. And then you have an opportunity to cherish yourself. Cherish yourself with all the things Sally's covered, the good food, the exercise, the healthy diet, the hydration.
Mm,
Um, and that will allow you to reward yourself.
mm,
So you're rewarding yourself with what you need.
really
And
important.
then if you cherish yourself and check in, it allows you to renew because we all need to renew ourselves. And
Absolutely.
all of this activity allows you to sustain yourself.
Love it. Love it.
It's
Love it.
sometimes hard to sustain yourself because life is really stressful for a lot of people
Mm,
and for all of us at times. We're all like I had an equipment fail yesterday, which I've been using for 16 years, and I've decided to let it go.
mm,
Just gonna let it go
mm.
because I'm doing other stuff. But yeah, it's stressful. We all get stresses.
Yeah, yeah. So many stresses in this world. Now, I had a little bit different model. I tried to keep it in palette, but I couldn't find a B word for fun. But anyway, when you have balance, balancing your time and your energy, where you're spending it, sticking to that 80-20 rule. But it's really about your time and your energy because it's so precious. When you're balancing that and then you implement some healthy boundaries. So you've got boundaries, learning to say no more often, letting stuff go that only stresses you and drains your energy, people, things, etc. Then you're going to feel more satisfied. And then when you've got those beautiful, healthy boundaries in place and you're having more fun in your life, you're going to just have less stress, just way less stress. And then finally, when you're having so much more fun and with that balance with your time and energy, you're just going to be way less serious. You're just going to be just a nicer person to be around because you're going to be more relaxed. And overall, you're just going to be healthier inside and
Definitely,
out. Mm.
definitely. Which is what you are, of course. You know.
Well, that's why my business is called Empower Yourself. Holistically Fit, Empower Yourself Inside and Out. Because
Yeah.
you've got to get that inside stuff happening. It's not just the external work on your body and diet.
You sure it's not cellistically fit?
That's a good one. Oh, Harry, you are so clever. I love that. That's really good. You're so clever.
You could trademark that. Cellistically fit. That's actually bad.
That's very clever of you, Harry. I love it.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a wordsmith.
You
But
are. You're very, very clever.
okay.
So, what are your plans for self-caring today?
Well, I spent time watering the garden this morning. That
Yeah.
was really nice. I had 2 cups of coffee in the sun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I'll go into the clinic this afternoon. But I've kind of self-cared because I've been watering the garden and picking up the drop fruit and watering the apricot tree.
Yeah, very
I'll
nice.
go for a walk, get more time in this beautiful sunshine. I love this time of year because the sun's not just warm but not too hot.
Not too
Just
intense.
good.
Yeah. It's beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. I've been to the gym, had a celery juice, watered the garden, going to go for a walk. And yeah,
Talk to the gardenias.
yeah, I know. I've got poor little mate. I do chat every day.
Yeah, yeah.
Brought it back
That's
once.
good.
But it's the
Yeah.
sun here. It's just, as you say, it's not as intense yet, but it's just, it's shocking. It's very, draining on the garden.
So you're going to walk to the botanical gardens or along the Yarra somewhere
Yeah, I
nice?
walk along the Yarra. I really like being around water, and then I walk around the town. It's 8.36k or something, and it's beautiful.
Do you ever get the urge to dive in?
Have you seen the Yarra lately? Ooh, people
I,
fish. It's like I walk along and they're fishing in there. They must be mad. I'd never eat
I thought it had been cleaned up.
Ew. Well, it's still
No,
murky brown. Yeah, well, they did clean it up, but I still wouldn't swim in it. Ew.
but it's always going to be brown because there's like I learn in uni, there's this stuff called colloidal clay.
Right.
And clay is so fine, it's like in a dam, you know, it'll
Yeah.
always be there.
Yeah.
So it'll never be clear.
That's always going to be like that.
Yeah.
It's like Galveston Beach. I think it was Galveston, the bottom of Texas. I went there one time, and it was just like swimming in the Yarra. It was warm, and it was the same as the colour of the Yarra. I've gone, oh, I don't know.
But you've never been tempted?
Never ever. I think I fell in rowing one year, but that was a long time ago. No, not my cup of tea at all. I like to see the bottom of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I've really, really, really enjoyed this topic because it's one that's just heavily overlooked, particularly by women, and it's super important. And with the rising rates of illness and heart disease and all that sort of stuff, it's just a matter of time before people start really having to wake up and realize that they have to put themselves first and take responsibility for their own health.
Well, it's more about making time for yourself, isn't it? Because mums won't put themselves first.
Yeah, I don't have time. I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
Make time. It's like with exercise. It's the same thing. I said, well, make it a priority in your life and build it into your daily structure. And that's you just have to do it. It's a choice. Everything is a choice. So, do you choose to look after yourself? Do you choose to have a healthy life down the track as well as now, or not?
All right, well, we might stop it there, Sal.
Okay, beautiful.
I'll look forward to chatting next week.
Yeah, can't wait. See ya.
All right, see ya. Bye.